Welcome to Universe 7's Dragon Ball podcast. I'm Nick.
And I'm Mason.
And today we're going to be talking about episodes 8 and 80 of Dragon Ball Super. Mason, do you hear that?
Hear what?
That is the sound of 1,000 downloads.
Well, this is our last episode, people. we promised you 1,000 and that was it. So
Yep, that's right.
Enjoy your lives after this.
This week we hit 1,000 downloads for the podcast. So everybody who has listened to it, all 10 of you who have listened to it 100 times each.
Which is pretty tight, regardless. I mean, you guys are probably serial murderers if you did that. But you know what? Whatever. We appreciate it all the same if you're a serial murderer or not. So
and all lives are created equal. But thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We never would have thought that. I mean, we're 8 episodes in now, 2 months in, and we've got over 1,000 downloads.
Yeah, it's extremely surprising.
I thought we'd have by this point, I thought we'd maybe have 60, 70 downloads tops.
Yeah, no kidding. France is making a run for second place behind Mexico. So I think they're like 41 downloads.
France kind of came out of nowhere too. We were getting some downloads in Mexico from the beginning, but France has kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, thanks France. Shout out to whatever your capital is.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're ignorant Americans.
But yeah, thank you so much everybody for listening today and
the entire
last
time,
2 months. We, like I said, we never would have thought we would have come this far already, so we really appreciate it. We really couldn't do any of this without you.
Yeah, keep pushing out there and getting us some more listeners so we can actually have some communication with people, honestly. That would be ideal. If you guys would do that, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Totally. So, how's your week?
My week was good. A lot of work. I have a 3-day weekend, which doesn't happen often. I was off Friday, I'm off tonight, being Saturday, and I'm off tomorrow. Nice. And for tomorrow, I am heading up to the the city. I was gonna say a curse word instead for some reason, but me and my girlfriend are heading up to Chicago for the afternoon to check out the art museum and all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So it should be fun. And that's pretty much it for me. I didn't have a ton going on. The new episodes, obviously, just waiting all week for those. And then also, terrible confession, I watched The Vampire Diaries. So I watched the latest episode of that and almost cried. So that was nice. How about you? What went on with your week?
We did a lot of TV. We've been watching Shameless on Showtime for the past couple weeks. And for those of you who haven't watched it, it is a fantastic show. William H. Macy's in it. He's awesome. And actually, this might be kind of a little bit of blasphemy, but 2 of the characters in there are played by the guy who played Goku, Justin Chatwin, in Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh, really?
And Bulma, Emmy Rossum.
Yikes.
Which I didn't realize. We're 4 seasons in now, and I didn't realize this until Friday.
I did not watch Dragon Ball Evolution, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
That's not a bad thing. That's actually a very good thing. So, yeah.
Did you know Piccolo wasn't going to be green in that movie?
Did you know Krillin's not in that movie?
I did. Did you know that Yamcha's a freak in that movie? I just watched
clips on YouTube.
Just CinemaSins on it.
Yeah.
So that's it there, but Piccolo was supposed to be white.
Gross.
Yeah.
So yeah, watch Shameless, everyone. It's a really good show. We've just been doing a lot of TV. Shameless, we're catching up on This Is Us. I made Wings this week, and TANIS is back.
Oh, yeah. I have not listened to it yet, but I'm super excited to, honestly.
For those of you who don't know what that is, TANIS is a podcast by Pacific Northwest Stories. It's an audio drama, which they have a sister show called the Black Tapes Podcast. That's what really got me into listening to podcasts and podcasting in general. Yeah, I mean, if you kind of connect the dots. If we don't have the Black Tapes, we don't have this show.
Right. So, honestly, thank you, Black Tapes.
Yeah.
When is that coming back? By the way, do you have any idea?
Black Tapes?
Yeah.
I have no clue. How
was TANIS back before?
Yeah, we've gone now 6 months without an episode of the Black Tapes podcast, and I actually tweeted at them on Twitter this week. Hey guys, are we gonna get a new episode in 2017? And I put in comment in parentheses. Sadly, that's a serious question.
Yeah, no kidding.
And they responded saying that new episodes are coming, but
you said they're working on a third show.
They're working on a true crime podcast called, I think, Rabbits, and they're going to release that before they jump into season 3 of the Black Tapes.
I like TANIS better, in my opinion. Just more recently, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
But, so I'm kind of glad that's back, but I would like to have the Black Tapes back just in general. But
yeah, so it's a really good show. Like I said, it got me into podcasting in general. So we'll leave a link for the Pacific Northwest Stories website for those of you who want to check it out. It's not anything like this show. I mean, this is more along the lines of just a review, and it's a very niche show.
Yeah, just kind of chatty and whatever not.
This is if you like audio drama kind of theater for the mind.
It's a serial podcast, honestly.
Definitely check it out.
It's very, very pleasing and worth doing, so go for it.
So other than that, nothing really this week. Just TV, cooking, and podcasting. Yeah,
that and I'm going on vacation soon, so that should be pretty tight.
Yeah, you're going to Arizona.
But don't worry, I'll be here I'm leaving on Monday next week, so I'll be able to record before, and I'm getting back on Saturday, so we'll be able to record the next day too.
Yeah, even though there's vacations, the podcast is still happening. Do we have any downloads in Arizona?
I don't believe so.
I'll
have to double check.
Yeah, if any of you guys are in Arizona, get a hold of us on Twitter at Universe7Pod or shoot us an email at Universe7Podcast. I'm sorry, Universe7Pod@gmail.com. Yeah. And let us know. Mason might.
I'll come visit you. I'll come to your house.
Mason will come to your house and he'll shake your hand.
Yeah. Shake your babies and kiss your hands.
Yeah, nice firm baby shake. And a very gentle, tender kiss on the forehead.
No, on their hands.
No, on the forehead.
No, I mean, whichever one they prefer, I guess. The fans always, right?
You'll kiss their hand on their forehead.
That's weird, but I'll do it if that's what you guys want. I'm a man of the people, so.
So yeah, I mean, really, week in review, good week for both of us. Mm-hmm. Great week for the podcast, 1,000 downloads. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
From now, going forward, we're gonna get into some feedback. We actually got feedback this week.
Really? I didn't see it. When? I've been checking and I haven't seen it.
I got it via my cell phone.
Really weird.
Yes. This is from Jeremy in Illinois, and it says, watched through all of Z back in the day, but have never been an anime fan. Casually noticed Super was going on this fall and hated the first 4 Japanese episodes. It is kind of it's a new thing to experience. It took us a while to get used to the voices and all that stuff too. Yeah, so for sure. I could definitely see where you're coming from there. It
seriously grows on you though. It really does.
Yeah. Your podcast brought me back for the English dub, and while I enjoy more of the action and fighting stuff, being able to listen to great commentary makes the experience better overall.
Nice, very nice. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Jeremy. And I appreciate the text message you sent me yesterday saying that you were in my old bedroom.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Why was he there?
It was the house on Post.
Oh, I got you.
When I lived with Joe.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jeremy, you were in my room, and
that's weird.
Yeah.
But hey, man,
let me know if you find anything.
For real.
So yeah, that's it for feedback. Yeah. If anybody wants to let us know how you feel the podcast is doing, just want to chat in general. This is a two-way street here. We're talking to you through the microphone. You talk to us back through email or Twitter.
Whatever you want, yeah.
Or Facebook, yeah.
Or just give me a call. My number is just kidding. My phone number.
Yeah, reach out to us. Our social media obviously is plastered all over the podcast and all that good stuff. So let us know. On to the news. I've got quite a bit.
Yeah,
as opposed to the last couple weeks, where it's been really news light. It kind of makes up for it this week. New TeamFourStar Cell Games promos out.
Yep.
It's Cell versus Light Yagami from the Death Note series. I've never seen an episode of that. Honestly, I'd never even heard of it.
I have heard of it a few times, never watched it, but I know I've heard good things.
Yeah, it's good. These little promos that they're coming out with have been awesome.
I wish they would just get to the Cell Games, though, sometimes.
They're doing such a good job promoting it, though.
It's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I just want to see it.
Yeah. So we have now Cell versus Light Yagami. Last week we had Cell versus Kenshiro, and the week before that, which is my favorite, Cell versus Sonic and Knuckles.
That one was good. That one was really good. The animation was excellent.
Yeah.
For, whatever it is,
considering what they were doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, TeamFourStar new Cell Games promos out. We actually have information now on the Xenoverse 2 update.
Yes, we do. About time, right?
Yeah. I came in right at the buzzer. I said it would be out sometime in February. And
on the 27th, right?
No.
Or 28th.
The Dragon Ball Super Pack 2 will be released on February 28th. So I came in It came right at the buzzer for me. So yeah, we're getting Champa and Vados on the 28th. And with that, we're going to get a new tournament stage, some new stories, all that kind of stuff. And the day before that, on the 27th, we're getting a free patch, which is just, as far as I can tell, bug fixes. They're going to nerf some skills. They're going to boost some others.
Sure.
And some costumes, skills, stuff like that. Just kind of free drops for people.
Yeah. Just so you know, our grandmother's birthday is also on the 28th, so happy birthday, Grandma. Happy birthday, Grandma. We're going to be getting you the DLC pack number 2.
Yes.
Enjoy.
And the cost of that said pack is, if it's following the trend of the recent ones, Xbox One and PS4, it's going to be $9.99, and on Steam, it will be $7.99. I do have Xenoverse 2 on Xbox One and Steam, so if anybody wants to play with me, my handle on Steam and on Xbox is Hi, my name is Neck.
You can play me. My name is Kanye's Morals, and I'm not good.
You really aren't.
So you could beat me real fast if you want a confidence booster.
Yeah. Yep, so that's the news for Xenoverse 2. Free update on the 27th, DLC dropping on the 28th. We did get to hear the English voices for Champa and Vados.
Yeah, we sure did.
And I was pleasantly surprised.
I liked Vados, for sure.
Yeah, Vados nailed it.
Champa's going to be one that has to grow on you as the episodes go by, I would assume.
Yeah.
Just like with the Japanese, like you were saying earlier. He's kind of annoying at first. But
he has that whiny, nasally voice, and they did do a very good job keeping that in the English version.
Yeah.
I would post a audio file in here so you guys could hear it, but as of right now, the only thing that gives us those voices is Rhyme Style and a couple other people talking over the voices, which drove us nuts. So we're not going to subject you guys to that garbage.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah. Last thing is Viz, doing God's work, has translated chapter 19 now of the Dragon Ball Super manga, which I will not get into the specifics because that is very spoilery.
It sure is.
Yep, we'll leave links for all this stuff. I'll leave links for the Cell Games video, the Xenoverse 2 Reddit thread, which has the full patch notes and all the stuff with Champa and Vados, and I will leave a link for chapter 19 of the Super manga if you guys want to check that out. So that's it for the news. We're going to go ahead now and get into the recap.
Goku makes an entrance. A last chance from Lord Beerus.
All right, welcome back. Not a ton of episode for how long this episode was. I mean, it was the length of your average Dragon Ball Super episode, but it really was just 2 big scenes.
Drawn out.
Very drawn out that could have been a lot shorter. Yeah. So
that's what, like, the pacing in Super is so strange. Like, it can go so fast sometimes and then crazy slow.
Right. And this episode was unfortunately where we went from 60 miles an hour down to 2.
Right, which doesn't make any sense, especially considering the title of the episode.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't happen until the very end. Like, the last, 15 to 20 seconds, or maybe a minute of the episode.
It's another 100 million Zenny.
Yeah, exactly.
Go around here. So yeah, well, we're going to just go ahead and start recapping here. It's not going to be very in-depth. I don't want to tell you about every punch Vegeta throws and every grunt that Beerus has. So
exactly.
We pick up right where we left off last week. Vegeta is livid, and he attacks Beerus. He knocks him off of the ship into the water,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
honestly, like, you get to see like how strong he's become.
Well, he landed a hit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Goku wasn't able to do that as a Super Saiyan 3.
So that goes to it. Makes it seem that he's stronger than Goku at this point in time, just based on his rage.
Well, in that particular moment.
Not like overall, no. Yeah. The second he calms down, he's going to be the same strength that he was before. It's just like you've seen Gohan become mad in the past.
Yeah, well, and that was a moment too where they kind of went away from what they did in the movie. When Vegeta got ticked off over Bulma being hit, Roshi commented and said that Vegeta's rage over Bulma getting hit has made Vegeta stronger than Goku.
Right.
So they didn't do that this time around, but
they just implied it.
Yeah, it's pretty heavily implied considering Vegeta was able to hit him not once but several times.
Yeah. And
Beerus even remarks at the end of the fight that you provided more entertainment than that Saiyan on King Kai's planet. So
yeah.
Vegeta is very angry. He knocks Beerus off of the ship into the water, and punches him down into the water, which makes this really cool kind of sinkhole tidal wave effect.
Sure.
And he's just trying to beat him down.
Yeah,
and
he's pissed.
He's pissed. He's getting cocky too. Like, he says things like, "You're gonna be the one getting destroyed now, you bastard," and
pretty intense, honestly.
It's something that if you even said that in passing to him,
he'd destroy you.
He would destroy you right on the spot there.
But you can just kind of tell that, like, he hasn't had, like, even a good fight ever, like, for a very, very long time at least.
Right.
So it's just kind of, it's probably nice for him to get at least some entertainment while he's there. I guess.
Yeah, and of course, while all this is going on, Whis is still at the cart talking about the sampler platter. And that man is very, very happy to oblige him.
Yeah, he loves that guy.
Yeah.
He wants to be his best friend.
Yeah, as much as we talk about Whis being very humble and just has very good manners in general. Mm-hmm. So does that sushi vendor. He's a real good dude.
He has plenty of honor.
Yes, he does.
So that's good.
So,
I hear that's big in Japan. So
honor.
Good on you.
Honor, and then killing yourself if you bring shame to your family.
Which is horrifying. Don't do that. If we can give you any word of advice, if you bring some shame on your family, just ask them to forgive you.
Yeah, don't shove a sword through your whatever.
Yeah, by like Samurai Jack.
Watch. Yeah, Samurai Jack's back, guys. That's pretty cool. But anyway.
Yeah. Sorry, that's not about this, but this is pretty tight.
Yeah, we're in the recap now. So yeah, Beerus and Vegeta are, I'm not even going to say that they were going at it. It's more Vegeta just taking shots at Beerus while Beerus is just defending and grunting. But not like out of frustration or trying or anything like that. He's just blocking and like, yeah, he's just kind of observing what Vegeta is doing.
Right, which is super scary because you know something bad's gonna happen real soon.
Yeah, Vegeta knocks him up out of the sinkhole into the air and attacks him again and does the one thing that Vegeta always does and it never works.
I hate that attack.
Just angrily starts shooting ki blasts at him.
How would that ever work?
It's never worked. And I think TeamFourStar even commented on that in one of the...
What one was that?
It was Vegeta doing it to Cell.
Oh,
right. Has this attack ever worked on anyone? No, it hasn't. So stop doing it, Vegeta.
It's misery.
Yeah, so Vegeta's throwing ki blasts at Beerus, and you just have this giant cloud of smoke. So everybody looking on the ship is thinking, "Oh wow,
damn, he did it!"
Yeah, and it seemed to be a smoke screen in this particular case, because right when the smoke cleared, Vegeta was charging up a very, very strong Gallic gun, and even Beerus seemed slightly surprised at that.
I'm glad the Gallic gun's back, by the way. Yeah. We didn't see it at all in Z after he fought Goku.
No, not really.
Like, at all.
No. Yeah, Vegeta's charging up a Gallic gun, and he throws it right at Beerus's grill.
Yeah.
And Beerus just blocks it like it's nothing. He's taking it. It's almost like it looks like it's a struggle.
But it's not.
It's not. He's still sitting there grunting and thinking,
toying with him.
What's going on
Yeah,
here?
it's just build up.
Yeah. They need to fill the time, so rather than give you a really, really good fight scene, it's just going to be half Vegeta fighting and half Beerus grunting.
Which, whatever.
Yeah.
We kind of saw it coming.
Yeah, the Gallic gun explodes. Oh, were you going to say something?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, what do you like better, the Gallic gun or the Final Flash?
Gallic gun, for sure.
Yeah, I don't like the
Final Flash is overrated.
The Big Bang attack's pretty tight.
I don't like that either, though.
No?
Just shooting a ball.
I think it's so funny. The name is awful.
Yeah. Gallic gun is very underrated. Every other one of his attacks
even
are very
like
overrated.
The hand movement's like super cool. It's super unique. Like
I still can't figure out.
I don't know what the hell they do. My hands don't move that way. Yeah. I've shattered my wrist, so I don't have a lot of wrist movement. So no way I could do that.
R.I.P. Rip and Ripperoni.
Yep, that's a story for another time.
That'll be on the Broken Bone podcast that we're starting next week.
Yep. Stay tuned for that. It'll be
a one-off because you're the only one who's ever really broken a bone.
You haven't broken any?
No.
In your life?
Fractured finger. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That doesn't count.
Yeah. So no.
Well, yeah. I broke a bone, and it was a miserable time, and it was on my 21st birthday. So avoid doing that.
Kids, if you ever want to use a Gallic gun in your life, don't break your hand.
Yeah.
Moral of the story.
Otherwise, you'll be really disappointed with yourself.
Exactly. So yeah, Gallic gun blows up. Everybody's in shock and awe. They think Vegeta's won, and Vegeta knows right away that.
No way.
He's like, "That's the best I had."
Yeah.
Crap. And
I'm done.
Yeah.
This is it.
Smoke clears. Beerus is fine, and he even comments, "Oh, that's all you had, huh? You're not even close to being considered worthy to be a rival. You definitely aren't a Super Saiyan God and don't know anything about a Super Saiyan God. But it's been a long time since anybody's ever made me even use 10% of my power.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, Vegeta is trembling again, and Beerus just flicks him. It looks like underneath the chin, and he knocks the Super Saiyan out of him.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
how strong this
Vegeta
guy is.
comes crashing down to the cruise ship deck, and nobody catches him.
Right.
Not even his wife or son.
Well, I mean, like...
It happens right in front of Piccolo,
can
though.
take it.
It happens right in front of Piccolo, which is kind of funny because Piccolo just let him fall.
He's like, whatever, man. This guy's a dick.
Screw this guy. So yeah, Vegeta is down on the ship's deck, pretty much KO'd. Hope is pretty much lost because Beerus is... At this point, he's decided it's time to destroy the Earth.
Yeah, he's like, why would he doesn't... Nobody knows anything about it, and he's just ready to go. He's had his fair share of people trying to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Well, I mean, when you consider the fact that a couple episodes ago, we just saw him destroy half of a planet because some food was a little greasy.
He's being crazy lenient.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I know, like, everybody else in universe, in the show, are probably looking at this guy thinking that he just, like, Gotenks even said, you went off over nothing. Like, you haven't seen him really go off over nothing.
No, everybody else pays the price for something
Sneezing.
super little.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. It's something for sure.
Right.
That it's the planet's even around, but...
Yeah, and speaking of food, Beerus decides he's not going to destroy the Earth quite yet because it would be a shame due to the food that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And Bulma kind of sees this as an opening. She starts saying, oh yeah, you really shouldn't destroy this Earth because if you do that, you're not going to get to try all the other good food that we have. And that piques his interest. He's like, wait, this isn't all you have? He's like, oh no, we got so much more and it's up even better than this. And that seems to have him hold off there and give them a second chance.
Bulma's smart, man. She knows what she's doing.
I mean, Bulma really is the MVP of Dragon Ball.
A lot of the time, yeah.
I mean, in general, like, Bulma doesn't run into Goku as a child. They're all dead.
That's true. Very true.
Mm-hmm. Raditz comes and kills everyone.
Which was a real shame because Raditz is...
Because Raditz is Yamcha.
Yes, he's worse than Yamcha. Raditz, I feel like the concept of Raditz could have been such a cool thing to use, but he was just super wasted at the beginning.
It's almost like they got, like, 2 pages in to the manga and, like, this guy sucks. We're going to keep him around, but we're just going to get rid of him.
It's such a cool concept for a character. Like, that's what told Goku his origin, and it's his brother. Like, that could have been, like, such a cool, like, thing to see. Like, even, like, obviously the Vegeta thing, him coming around, that was cool to see. Like, seeing his brother come around based on, like, his family ties would have been something else.
But there is a lot of love, not for Raditz the character, but for the idea of him coming back.
Yeah.
For that reason alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'd be really cool. Like, you bring Raditz back in his current state, and he sees that his brother is a god.
Like, how would you ever get over it? And obviously, he'd be crazy weak, so, like, he would be no threat to anybody. But
Krillin would be able to take him.
You'd have to see him deal with that, and I think that would be a really cool concept.
Yeah, unfortunately, it'll never happen.
Yeah.
So that's maybe something Dragon Ball Multiverse can dig up for us.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
So yeah, Beerus decides to hold off on it for now and give the Earth a second chance. And that second chance ends up being a game of rock, paper, scissors against Oolong.
One of the worst people on the show.
Yeah, and the reason he picks Oolong is because he's fat and he's pink. And so is Majin Buu, and Buu's the one who ticked him off. So in his mind,
it's poetic justice.
Yeah, your little fat pink thing, you're related to that other pink thing that ticked me off. So you get to be the one to try and redeem everyone. And he tries telling him, he's like, no, we're not related in the slightest. The only thing that makes us even remotely look alike is the fact that we're both fat and we're both pink.
That's it.
Yeah, and Beerus is having none of it.
He's like, whatever, man, I made up my mind. This is it. Do it or you're
going
to die anyways.
He even says what we were just saying earlier. He's like, I've been extremely lenient and patient with you people. If you don't want to play this game of rock, paper, scissors, that's fine. I'll just blow up the Earth. And then you get
you a chance at least.
Yeah, and then you get Gohan, Yamcha, and Krillin like, hey, no, it's okay. He's going to play. And they have to shove him up to the stage to get him to play.
Which is ridiculous. It's a game. It's not like you're fighting him.
Like,
rock,
I
paper,
get
scissors, man. Like, you're either going to die or you're going to die.
Right.
Like,
if you're that worried about getting embarrassed,
everybody's gonna be dead soon anyway.
Yeah, is it really worth it?
I mean, if you win, you save the world, man. Like, good for you. If you
If you
don't
win,
nobody's gonna remember it because you're gonna be gone.
If you win, you've essentially defeated a villain that Goku could not beat.
Yeah, pretty much. So, hooray for you, man. That'd be great.
Yeah. So Oolong very sheepishly decides, yeah, okay, I'll do this, and walks up to the stage, and this is where we spend half of the episode.
So, go ahead and take a nap until the last minute.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can listen to audio of us playing rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, man, it's a tie. What do you know?
It's a tie. We both did scissors, and shockingly enough, that's what happens with Beerus and Oolong twice.
And that takes way too much time to get through 2. So, it's really just a lot of filler and just... I don't know why it takes so long. I really don't understand it.
No. Well, I mean, we talked a couple weeks ago about the Pilaf Gang, which we did miss a scene before the rock paper scissors match of the Pilaf Gang canoeing away, and I'm not even going to recap that because it's just classic Pilaf Gang arguing and being
stuff nobody cares about at all.
Well, exactly what we complained about a couple weeks ago.
So we're done bitching about the...
Yeah, so as much as I hate the Pilaf Gang, I hate Oolong.
Yes.
So that scene could have been better if they had picked and literally anyone else, even Yamcha.
Yeah, like
or even Raditz. Bring Raditz back from the dead and have him play rock paper scissors.
Yeah, that'd be good. It'd be good for him to go out on that.
Yeah.
And actually, super funny. Do you remember ARDBZ?
By SSJ Gozar?
Yeah. In that series, actually, Raditz is the one that kills Perfect Cell. And it's like, it's super funny. If you get a chance, look that up. It's
yeah, there's a couple episodes. It's like TeamFourStar before TeamFourStar.
Yeah.
it's not as well done because I mean they didn't.
It's one dude, you know.
Well, it's one dude, and rather than sticking to the canon, he just had fun with it, and it really was a fun show to watch.
The voice acting is actually not terrible. He does really good impressions of Kid Trunks and Future Trunks.
Yeah,
so it's worth checking out. It's pretty funny.
Definitely check it out. I'll try and find an episode link, and I'll throw it in the show notes for you guys if you want to take a look at it.
It's hard to find because like his.
He shut down his channel one day.
So yeah, it's just copies of it on other people's accounts. So
yeah, so we had 2 rounds of rock paper scissors. They both picked scissors both times, and then Oolong gets his motivation, and his motivation is Bulma telling him, if you win, you can have your pick of any of the prizes, and kind of does this sultry pose, which gives Oolong a boost of confidence.
Yeah.
And that they changed from the Japanese. And it's funny, after we saw the scene downstairs when we were watching it, I looked at my wife and said, they changed that. She's like, what? It's like, yeah, in the original Japanese, Bulma said something along the lines of, if you win, I'll let you do whatever you want to me.
Which is disgusting because he's a pig man.
He's a pig man. Yeah. Well, he's a shapeshifter. He could shapeshift into Vegeta or something like that.
Yeah, that's fair. Still...
Oolong is Trunks' father.
Oh, God.
Wait, no, he's not, because Trunks would be a Saiyan.
Yes.
Trunks would be a shapeshifter.
That's disgusting.
So, yeah, Bulma gives him that confidence boost, and they're set. Like, Beerus is...
Man, Bulma's a babe. He knows what he's doing.
Beerus is pumped. Oolong is pumped. And they go for their third and final round of rock, paper, scissors. And Beerus throws rock. And for the 3rd time in a row, Oolong throws... scissors.
Like an idiot.
Yep. And that's
how that goes.
Yep. They lost.
Time to blow up the earth.
Yep. Beerus says, I gave you your chance. It was a totally clean, fair game. But now it's time to destroy the earth. So him and Whis fly up into the air. Well, before that, Whis finishes packing up his takeout. And the sushi chef goes, it was really nice having you here. It'd be nice if we could do this again sometime. And Whis, being the gentleman he is kind of just like, yes, that would be nice. He looks over at Beerus and is like, I don't know if that'll ever happen on the count of you guys dying in the next 5 minutes or so. But yeah, that would be really nice. I'd enjoy that. They fly up into the air, and Beerus starts charging up this gigantic gigantic energy beam energy ball that just looks crazy awesome.
It looks like a
purple sun.
It looks like a purple plasma grenade in Halo.
Pretty much.
Very big.
Yeah, much bigger. Like, take a plasma grenade in Halo.
Make it the size of a planet.
Yeah, make it the size of Jupiter. No, not Jupiter.
Like
maybe Pluto.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pluto-sized energy ball. Purple and just awesome.
It's super cool looking for sure.
Yeah, so Beerus tells the Earthlings it's time to say goodbye. Good night, Earth. R.I.P.
Yeah, good run.
Yeah, and he is ready to launch it when, out of nowhere,
Goku's here.
You wait just a second, and Goku shows up, and shows up. He's been there for a while. We don't know how long, but he's been watching.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate him. Sometimes I really do.
He tells Beerus to hang on a second when he runs down the top of the ship because he showed up on the very tippy top of the ship.
Always has to make an entrance,
yeah.
Goku.
Well, he's a great guy.
Well, I mean, he's just kind of an asshole sometimes. But you know what? He's here. He's ready to save the day, so we'll give him a pass.
Yeah, I mean, he uses his little brain. So yeah, Goku jumps down to the deck, says hi to everybody. First thing he does is happy birthday to Bulma, asks how old she is, and
she's like, "That's not important."
Yeah, that's the last thing we should be worrying about right now.
Giant blast he has in his hands.
Yeah, Goku's like, "Oh yeah, I was getting to that. Can I have the Dragon Balls?" And
she's like,
"How do you know about the Dragon Balls?" Well, I'm sure Goten and Trunks already looked in there and found them, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know how Goku knew that, but maybe because he's childlike in nature like they are. And he would have done the same thing.
Exactly that, yes.
But yeah, he asks Bulma for the Dragon Balls so they can ask Shenron
where
to find the Super Saiyan God and if he can bring him here.
Yeah, so he asked Beerus to wait just a minute, and
tiny minute.
A Super Saiyan minute. And it works. He's intrigued enough. Yeah, and then he's like, whatever, I'll give you the time you need to do it.
Yeah, and Whis even kind of comments like, you're being very
gracious.
Very gracious, very patient with them. And goes, well, I mean, I just
took a 39-year nap, and like, if this is all for nothing, might as well make it worth it.
Yeah, I'll take the next 5 minutes and to really find out if this is real or not.
Right.
And so yeah, Bulma gives Goku permission to use the Dragon Balls to get this idiot out of here. And Goku tells her, hey, you really shouldn't call him an idiot because that's Lord Beerus. He's the destroyer deity, the destroyer god.
And she's like, he's really a god. Yeah, man. Like, what the hell do you think's been happening this whole time? You saw him destroy your husband, who's supposedly one of the strongest in the universe.
Mm-hmm. And that's how the episode ends. It just ends with Goku and Bulma looking at Beerus like, yep, this guy's a god, and he means business. Mm-hmm. So yeah, overall, it was a pretty good episode.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, I mean, it was okay. It kind of fell into the same trap that last week's did. Mm. Where you have all your characters in one area,
and there's no break from like just the constant slow riding ship that it is right now.
Literally,
yeah, it's what it is. Like, it's just the pacing's bad, so we're gonna be stuck doing the same little song and dance until some action happens.
Right,
and that's it. Like, there's no real reason for it. It's just that the pacing is bad.
Yeah, even before we came up, we were talking about the episode, and it said that it's really two scenes. It's Vegeta fighting Beerus and rock, paper, scissors with Oolong.
And why? Why do we need all? Like, we don't need any. Like, there's so many other things I would have rather had in earlier episodes.
Well,
even
like
that
we said last week. Maybe a quick 3-minute scene of where's Goku.
Anything, or even like pan to him watching everything going.
Yeah, that's what I was even gonna say. Like, let's see Goku like watching and trying to like
figure out how we're gonna get out of this. Stop this guy.
Yeah,
because he just shows up and he's like, "Oh yeah, I have a plan. I've had a plan the whole time." Mm-hmm. And this just seems ridiculous because it's not like that. It's not clearly not how it happened. Like, he spent some time actually thinking about it.
Yeah, or jump to any of the other characters on the ship. Mm-hmm. But we have a scene we need to get to reach the climax of the arc, and they're just gonna kind of fast track it to get there.
And I'm ready for it. Like, we've seen it before, so we know what's happening.
We'll buckle up. I think we have 7 more episodes of it.
It's this long. This arc is way too long. This and the upcoming arc I don't know if that's even spoiler alert.
Well, it's not really a spoiler alert if we're retelling the first two sagas are retellings of the last two movies.
Exactly. So like even that, like they could have fit. Because what's this episode? This arc like 14?
14. I think it's 1 through 14, and then I think the Frieza.
It's like 1 through 29 or 30.
No, it's
or not. Sorry, 14
through 27.
27. But like you could fit all of like both those arcs probably in 15 to 17 episodes.
Think about it. That's 30. That's basically 30 episodes, right? Mm-hmm. That is. I'm gonna do math. 6 times 5. That's 6 times 4. 24. You're looking at 4 or 5 months
of just stuff that we've seen before. So it just kind of gets frustrating after a while when you just want to fast track it to the new stuff, especially because we already have the new content in Japanese. So like, especially when it was, because I don't know, it's hard because
when this good stuff that's come out, we just want to get to it, but instead we're stuck
just retelling the same stuff that we've already seen
over months, over a course of months. Like I said, this first arc is 13, 14 episodes long, so that right there is 3 months, 3.5 months.
Which is ridiculous.
I mean, we started the show, obviously, January, so we won't be done with this arc until mid-March.
Gosh, yeah.
No, longer than that.
Yeah, it'll be almost April. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah. But anyway, we're going to power through it.
Yeah, so it's going to be hard to even give a high-low for this episode.
Yeah. Because like there's just a little that happens.
My low is Oolong. Everything Oolong and Pilaf.
So half the episode is the low, honestly.
They took my 2 least favorite characters and they shoehorned them into the episode together.
They shoehorned it and made it into a giant shit sandwich that we were forced to eat.
Pretty much. Honestly.
But yeah, I'd say the low is probably that as well. I don't like how slow it's going right now. I just want it to be done. I just went on my little rant about my pretty much low about the whole thing.
Yeah, my high is that the episode's over.
Yeah, honestly, it was bad. Like, it doesn't give us any content to really talk about, which is what we do on this show, our show. Mm-hmm. And like we can't really talk about anything because there's no content, which sucks. And that sucks for you guys too. Like you might enjoy the animation or something during the episode, which was okay, I guess. When Goku came back, that was a really cool animation actually. Yeah. But there's really nothing to talk about, which sucks.
Right, we can't really, like we said before from the start of the show, we're not going to get into predictions because we already know what's going to happen.
Right.
I mean, if you guys listen past the spoiler section...
That's when we really get... I think that's the best part of the show. If you guys... Obviously, if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch it. But for me, my favorite part about recording is the spoiler section because we do get to make predictions and kind of guess on what's going to come up because we don't know.
I mean, when we're doing these recaps, we're judging an adaptation of something we've already seen.
Right. So it's just a lot of comparing and contrasting.
Well, if you think about it this way... We're recapping and reviewing something that we've seen now for the 3rd time. Yeah. We saw Battle of Gods.
Then we saw
the Japanese version, and now we're seeing it in English.
And that's a lot. That's a lot of the same content over and over again that, like, particularly I could do without. It's, I guess, a necessary evil to get to where we need to go.
Yeah.
So
low is Pilaf and Oolong. My high is that this episode's over and we never have to talk about it again.
I'm pretty much on board with that. I have nothing really to add to it.
Yeah. If I had to rate the episode, I'd probably give it a 3, 3.5.
I was gonna say I'm on the lower end this time for sure, like a 3, which is rough.
Which sucks because that drags down the average that we've had over the last couple weeks.
I know we've been like right around, like we've been pretty high on all of them except for. We gave episode 5 of 5.
We're high on it when you consider the fact that we're watching this for the 3rd time.
Yeah. So, 3 for sure.
3.5. We're going to average it out. Well, 3.25.
So great episode.
Great episode, everyone.
Solid episode.
What do you guys think? If you thought it was a good episode and you think we're wrong, let us know. Tweet at us. Get a hold of us on Facebook. I know... one of our super fans out there, Marissa Krager, has been commenting on the show there.
Which we love. Thank you for getting the Liar Liar reference because Nick didn't even get it, apparently.
I saw that comment and I was thinking...
I thought for sure he was on the same page as me when I made it because he said something that triggered me to say that.
Yeah, I saw the comment and I'm like, Liar Liar reference? What reference did we make to Liar Liar?
I thought for sure he knew. But hey, thank you for noticing because... I don't feel like a crazy person because somebody else noticed.
Yeah, if you like what we had to say for this episode and you agree with us, let us know. Like I said, Twitter, Facebook, Marissa, let us know.
Yeah, please. And
email us, universe7pod@gmail.com, or on YouTube, which we are now on. You can just search Universe 7 Podcast. It's not video, it's
just a thumbnail.
Yeah, it's a thumbnail and audio. Eventually, when we get the studio a little more pretty.
It's kind of dingy in here right now.
Yeah, we don't want to subject you guys to that, especially because I'm wearing sweatpants right now.
Yeah, I'll start wearing suits and slicking my hair back for you guys. Probably won't do that.
Any form of social media, let us know what you guys thought of the episode. Yeah, whether you agreed with us or not, tell us what you liked. Give us your high-low.
Yeah, that'd be great, honestly.
If you're listening out there right now, give us your high-low for the episode, and next week we will read those.
Read them off, yeah.
The more the merrier, so let us know. Like I said, not that great of an episode in our opinion.
Pretty awful. So I think we should start into the Japanese, honestly.
Who's our sponsor this week?
Our sponsor this week is going to be Extra Mayo at Subway.
Yes. Go to Subway in Rockford.
And they will give you the most mayo that you didn't ask for on your sandwich.
You ask for light mayo, and they'll throw a gallon of mayonnaise on your sandwich.
It was pretty good.
What? Yeah, we like mayonnaise on our sandwiches. So
you might think we're repulsive, but you know what? I don't care.
We are now going to get into the spoiler section, not sponsored by Subway. Alright, we're back for the spoiler section. This episode was titled Awaken Your Sleeping Battle Spirit, Son Gohan's Fight. And this is an episode that we were pumped for all week.
I've been waiting for Gohan for years, it seemed like literally years, before Super even came back, to have some real Gohan content that I could actually enjoy. Today,
we're glad to say that they made Gohan semi-great again.
They sure did. I was so pumped about this entire episode. I've been dying for this.
Yeah. And we got what we wanted in this episode. We got the Gohan fight that we wanted to see, for the most part. And we got a fight that was started and finished in one episode.
Yeah, about time, right? Mm-hmm. Which, I mean...
It is a little irritating, though, because I would have rather had that fight with Boo and then gotten a Gohan fight stretched over an episode and a half.
I would have been okay
if they were going to do that.
Right. But it was all Gohan content the entire thing, which was nice. It was real nice. And it was honestly really well done with Gohan because he did seem to just come into his own again and kind of...
Well, it was a very Gohan way of fighting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was I don't even know, I don't really know how to explain.
It was scholarly.
It was extremely intuitive. It's something that... It reminds me of something Goku would actually do because, Goku is extremely intelligent fighting.
He's a fighting genius.
Yeah. And that reminds me of Goku. And Gohan has that kind of potential in him as well. His fighting comes naturally to him.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, episode starts with Gohan and Lavenda of Universe 9 getting ready to fight.
This guy's a real hillbilly, by the way.
He's super...
He's gangly.
Gangly overalls.
And he has overalls, and he just looks like your real Hodong backwoods kind of
delivering. He's like what Goku would be as a radish farmer if Goku had never fought a day in his life.
Yeah, if he was just some hick.
Pretty
honestly.
much.
So this guy was real weird. He was super creepy as well.
He was about as creepy as the Supreme Kai for Universe 9.
Mm-hmm.
So Gohan is getting ready to fight. And he's trying to make a strategy in his head, and it's funny because with the three from Universe 9, you can't sense their ki.
So he's trying to figure out a way that he can actually go toe to toe with these guys without actually sensing it. So he has to get a sense of how his fighting style is going to be.
And he starts to comment to himself, I'm going to start slow so we can kind of get an idea of how this guy works. And Goku knew exactly what Gohan was going to do because he yelled from the stands when Gohan was thinking it.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. You need
have
to
just fight.
Yeah.
And that's when Gohan does his best. When Gohan overthinks things, that's when he starts to get into a bad situation.
He's like Vegeta in that way.
Exactly. So Goku knows how his son works. He trained with him for a year in the hyperbolic time chamber. He knows how his fighting style is. So he just knows that he needs to fight.
It was cool too because even though Goku knows that Gohan has kind of fallen off in terms of his power, and
he
all
knows
that
how
kind of
strong
stuff,
his potential is.
Well, he even told Gohan, now though, you're strong, you can do this.
Right.
Even with Gohan losing all that ground in power, he knew that his son is that powerful and he knows what he can do.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. It just showed a dad who had faith in his son.
Yeah, which was nice. Honestly, we don't really get to see like the humanity side of Goku that often.
You just get to see the child like, I'm a deck you in the schnoz, Goku.
Exactly. And it was nice to see. Just Goku.
A proud dad just watching his son fight.
Like, that's the small amount of character development we get with Goku. Mm-hmm. Just like the little human parts you get with Goku. Or Gohan, Goten, and Chi-Chi.
Well, they all happen with Gohan when he's fighting.
A lot of the time.
That's how they bond.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like that's why he likes Goten so much more, because Goten seems legitimately interested in fighting. Yeah. He wants to be like his dad.
Well, yeah.
Well, he is just a Goku clone. So.
Exactly. Chi-Chi stole one of his hairs before he died and created a clone. And that clone's name is Goten.
That'd be tight, though.
Yeah.
That'd be super tight.
Explains why I can go Super Saiyan at a young age. Masako, are you gonna make a video on this?
Yeah, go for it. I'd be interested to see that.
The fight starts and it's pretty intense right off the bat. You got some rock music going. They're going toe to toe. They're just
Gohan goes for it, man. He's really
Gohan's the aggressor here. He charges Lavender
which has never been his fighting style, by the way, except for with Super Buu. That was it.
Gohan typically just takes what you'll give him, and even like in the old Chozetsu Dynamic opening, what he would do was in that opening when he's fighting, he would block and then he would counter.
He counters, yeah. And it was the same with Cell. That was the reason Goku even fought first, is so Gohan could see his fighting style, and that way he could know what to do, what to counter him.
Right.
So
yeah, they start the match. They're going toe to toe. Gohan tries to throw a hard punch though, and Lavender latches on and blows poison right in Gohan's eyes.
Yeah, this poison is super deadly. He was talking about it and says, yeah, you're not going to be able to fight this off for long. Eventually your body's going to rot. And we actually see that. Like, you see him, because this poison's like purple, his skin starts to turn purple.
Yeah, it's a very... They did I don't know if it was Toei's way of telling us that they don't think we're smart enough.
We're not smart, so don't worry about that.
They have to show us.
That he's actually like we couldn't just get him falling down eventually and just being like, oh, yep, the poison got to him. His skin is literally turning.
Imagine if they did that with Goku's heart virus back in the day.
You just see his heart like glowing, and then
not even that, like his skin just starts turning black. Just rotting from the inside out.
Oh god, that'd be really funny actually.
It would. So Gohan gets blinded, and he just starts getting the crap kicked out of him because he can't sense their ki, and now he can't see.
And then as he's getting the hell kicked out of him, Supreme Kai is like, let's give him Senzu Bean. They did it. We can do it too. Right,
yeah. They cheated in the last one by giving the kicker, Basil.
An apple from the tree of might.
Yeah, pretty much. So if they did it, why don't we? And Gohan says no.
Yeah, he was like super honorable. He's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you all how strong I actually am.
Yeah, I don't want your help. I'm going to do this under my power, which is something that Goku would say.
And Goku looks...
He's proud.
He's super proud, which is awesome to see. And Gohan actually comes up with a sort of strategy to figure out where he is. It's reminiscent of... Dragon Ball GT actually, is blasphemous as that is to like bring up when Goku Super Saiyan 4 is blinded, and the 1-star dragon, because he's not Omega Shenron.
I can't remember which one it was. Was it Sin Shenron back then?
Yeah, I believe so. Like, he's like, oh, you're blind now. I can do whatever I want to. And Goku can sense the like vibrations and the movement in the air.
Right, and that's exactly what Gohan does.
Yeah, he hears his footsteps and he feels where he is based on the sound that he's making.
Yeah.
So it's just it's cool to see Gohan regain his actual fighting sense, which is what it says in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. Is it awaken your fighting spirit? Yeah.
He gets it back very quickly, actually, and because he's an intelligent guy, he's not stupid. He knows what he's doing,
and he kind of turns the tables. Lavender starts throwing punches at him, and Gohan starts blocking them and countering, and that kind of ticks him off.
And Gohan gets some good like hits in too. Like he gets some sick. Like Gohan's kicks are always so sick because like his leg is fully extended constantly, and beating the Christ out of this guy for a little bit.
And then Lavender comes up with a new strategy, and he flies up into the air.
So he can't really hear his footsteps anymore.
Right, and that seems for a bit there. Even Beerus and Supreme Kai comment like this could be bad, and Lavender gets the upper hand for a bit there. He starts blasting him,
and then when actually Supreme Kai and Beerus mentioned that, Goku's like, just wait, Gohan pretty much does his best work when he's backed into a corner.
Right.
So we get to see Gohan turn.
Figure it out.
We thought we were gonna see him turn Ultimate for a minute because he powers up.
It almost felt like he started to,
but he lost it.
Yeah, he couldn't quite get there, so he settled for Super. Not that he settled, he went. Yeah, he went Super Saiyan instead.
Which is, I still love Super Saiyan, so don't get me wrong, but Ultimate is for Gohan is just so intimidating.
Well, Ultimate for Gohan, I mean, I've never been a huge fan of the form itself.
But his attitude though, his confidence is at an all-time high.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to see that form again because that's when we know we have Gohan completely back.
Mm-hmm. And man, we were talking after this episode. We think Gohan's gonna have some serious fights in this arc, some real serious fights.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a lot of really strong Goku and Gohan story in this fight,
which would be really cool to see because we haven't since the Cell arc. Honestly, because he was just kind of Gohan and Goku. The most interaction we really saw was on on the Supreme Kai planet while he was using the Z sword.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I mean, I'm just excited to see Gohan and Goku have some interaction because there really hasn't been much. We've gotten so much Trunks and Vegeta. I'm ready for Goku and Gohan.
Yeah, sorry for hitting the table just now, by the way, guys. So yeah, Lavender's in the air. He's kind of got the advantage over Gohan. He's just shooting left and right with his. I don't even know if we can call them ki blasts.
Yeah,
but his poison
gas.
He's shooting his poison at Gohan.
Pretty much. And
he's kind of getting the upper hand, and he's even saying that it's ready to finish him off, and it's time to kill Gohan. And Gohan's like, nope, it's not time yet because I haven't reached my limit. And like we were talking earlier, that's when he dons his almost ultimate Super Saiyan form.
Yeah,
and that amazes the two little Zeno.
Oh yeah, they're shiny or no pretty, super pretty. I love that they repeat
and they just one says something and the other one repeats it. And takes
that's power. Right. It's so
this is fun.
We were just complaining.
Super fun.
We were just complaining about how Piccolo was doing that the other last week, but it's so cute when they do it. I can't get over it. Those little
voices.
They're great, man.
So yeah, Gohan turned Super Saiyan, and the Zeno had no idea what that was. And Grand Prix's like, no, this is called Super Saiyan.
It's a power up, obviously, and then some of the. Was it the guys from Universe 11?
It was Toppo from Universe 7.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
And Toppo is the cloaked guy.
Yeah, and he was like, wow, they have the power to manipulate.
Yeah, Toppo realizes, that the Universe 7 fighters
have the power to manipulate their ki.
Yeah, they can, at will, they can,
raise their battle
shoot
power.
It up or kind of keep it down.
Right.
And it seemed like he was pretty impressed by it. It wasn't hit, where he just kind of he would look and just close his eyes again.
Right.
But I mean, obviously, this Toppo guy is really powerful.
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't be teasing him so much if he was just some slack. I mean, we've gotten some information on that, spoiler-wise, that he is actually next in line to be the God of Destruction.
He's basically a God of Destruction
in
training or in a job interview or something like that.
Which is so weird because they just expect the other one to die, or is he going to take over a universe?
I don't think so. I mean, well, even at the end of Battle of Gods, we asked Goku if he wants to be Goku the Destroyer.
But
so I mean, I'd imagine you just want to have somebody in line for when this God of Destruction ceases to exist or something like that.
Right, but how could they do that if somebody's going to be alive for millions of years, especially with Goku, where his time on Earth is limited. He's gonna die eventually.
Well, I'd imagine if you were made a God of Destruction,
you'd be some sort of lifespan.
You're a deity. You're a deity.
Yeah, so you would just stay.
I don't think that. I mean, because the reason Supreme Old Kai is so old is because of the fusion with the witch.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it's not like he aged into that. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, I would assume, but, like, how would that work? Because...
Retirement, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
know.
Makes sense.
Clown guy looks like he's getting old anyway.
That guy looks... I hate that guy's design so much. That red nose is ridiculous.
Yeah. So Gohan has turned Super Saiyan now, and Lavender is unimpressed.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, you're shiny, whatever.
You're shiny, it's not going to do anything. You still can't see me, you still can't detect my energy. So he
starts throwing some ki blasts, and Gohan deflects them. Like,
well, he deflects the ki blast and shoots it right at him.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
He's like, that's a fluke.
Yeah, it's a fluke, and he charges him.
Right.
And...
No, he doesn't. He throws more ki blasts.
After that whole barrage.
Yeah.
He charges Gohan, and Gohan blocks it and counterattacks, and
Gohan is
like, killing it. And we have, at this point, we have no idea how he's doing this.
No,
from the air.
Not one bit.
And the way they explain it is really, really freaking cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize this could ever even be a thing. Like in
but
Dragon Ball.
when it gets mentioned, it makes perfect sense.
For sure.
So Gohan is basically, even though he's blind and he can't feel their energy, he is using his aura and his energy output like a radar.
Yeah, he can, like, he is feeling where his energy meets something.
Yeah, like a sonar.
Exactly.
More sonar is probably a little...
Probably, yeah, a better
more
description.
accurate.
So it's...
So yeah, he's blasting, because he's in a ring, and he knows that there's 4 pillars on the outsides of the rings.
Mm-hmm.
And then there shouldn't be anything else. So when he feels that his energy is hitting something else, other than those pillars,
that's got to be either a ki blast or him.
Yeah.
So he knows exactly where it's coming from.
And he starts beating the crap out of him.
Yeah, he's getting him good.
Yeah.
And he's about to put in the finishing blow.
He's about to. Well, before he does that, Beerus and Whis kind of comment,
oh, it's a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword, and we're left wondering, like, what do you mean? He's totally got the upper hand here.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, when he, like you said, when he's about to...
finish him off, honestly, he stops. Like, it cuts to... There it doesn't. It just... You see the screen turn dark, and you see Gohan's eyes get wide because the poison has seeped through his body. Because of the Super Saiyan transformation, it was spreading through his body at a rapid rate. Kind of how the heart virus, again, worked when Goku turned Super Saiyan.
Made it that much worse.
Yeah, the more energy output made his heart condition worse.
Well, it makes sense. You're exerting your body that much more.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
It's like when you get the flu.
You don't want to go work out.
Yeah, you don't want to run a marathon.
Yeah, it's going to kill you.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like they're done.
Yeah.
Gohan's on the ground.
His Super Saiyan, like, immediately Super Saiyan off.
He's writhing in pain.
And then Lavender starts kicking the hell out of him and just beating him up and making everything look bad for the moment. And it's obviously not looking very good for Gohan. And then it pans over to the Supreme Kai, and he's like, oh, this is what you meant by a double-edged sword. Because of the energy output, it's really hurting Gohan, and he can't keep that up for too long, otherwise it's going to kill him.
And Gohan didn't care.
No.
After a while, he's
like, whatever, man, I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah, and he turns Super Saiyan again and starts fighting, and...
Everybody looks super worried, especially Mr. Satan. He's like, man, like, he can't be doing this. He's going to die.
Well, he cares about it.
And then,
it's a son-in-law.
But Goku, you can see Goku smiling because he knows that Gohan's going to pull it out. He knows.
He's seeing Gohan become great. He's seeing Gohan become great again.
This episode is brought to you by Donald Trump.
Oh, God. Please no. Gohan and Lavender are still fighting. And Gohan charges up a Kamehameha and blasts the crap out of it right towards Lavender. And Lavender shoots his poison back at him. And they're kind of locked in this beam struggle when the poison kind of...
You can see it setting in more and more. When you
see it's like traveling up his arms.
Yeah, exactly.
And once it reaches his
hands, he gets blown away by
the poison,
by the blast. Yeah, and then
we think it's done again.
Yeah, like he's on the ground. It's like there's no way he can come back from this. He's clearly doesn't have it in him.
Right.
And then Lavender shoots this a big cloud of this poison essentially.
So you really can't see a thing.
Yeah, he's like, this is gonna finish him. This is gonna be the last bit of poison I need to use, and he's done.
Yep.
And Gohan kind of uses that to his advantage because Lavender lets his guard down because he thinks it's it.
And Gohan flies straight through the poison field.
And puts him in kind of like a full Nelson type thing. And he's holding him from behind. He's like, it doesn't matter if I'm blind. You can't get away when I have you like this. And if you guys are familiar with Pokemon at all, Gohan then goes into seismic toss mode.
I was going to say he went Pearl Harbor.
Oh, God. He commits suicide to kill other people. But yeah, he flies him up in the air, and then he starts flying as fast as he can, straight down towards the ground, and pretty much does a suicide bombing with him.
Yeah. Gigantic crater right in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, so
Lavender is done.
He's KO'd, and then Gohan actually gets up.
Yeah,
and he says, "I won," and then he falls down, which I thought he won.
Yeah,
which that would make him the winner in any other Budokai Tenkaichi tournament because he's the one left standing. But the Grand Priest or Great Priest comes down, and he's like, well, it's a tie. So
it's a tie because both of them
they're incapacitated.
They're unable to continue.
So that forces us to go to round 3 with Goku.
Yeah, you think they would have ended it there?
I think so, because it would be 2 out of 3. There's no chance of them actually winning, so why would they continue?
Well, because it's exhibition, and Zeno just wants to see fights.
Fair
I don't know. Yeah, we have no way of knowing now.
Yeah, whatever. They tied. I feel like that's just why they went with it that way without having Gohan actually lose.
Yeah, so the fight's over.
But before we start the next fight, there is a announcement.
But before that, though, they kill Gohan.
Oh yeah, his skin is straight up all purple. He looks like
he's seconds away from death.
He looks like the clone Vegeta.
He really does. Yeah, copy Vegeta.
Yeah.
Goku feeds him a sensu, and Gohan's really bummed out that he's
like, man, I'm sorry I couldn't win. Goku is like, hey man,
he's proud.
He's like, I got so excited watching that fight, and then Gohan is pumped. He's like, I'm strong, but I'm not strong enough.
Yeah, he's like, which is good because that was an awesome fight to see, and we now know it's only gonna get better.
Gohan's gonna be super strong during this arc.
And after that, like you said, the Grand Priest has an announcement from these...
Do you think these guys are actually talking to the Grand Priest, or is he making these decisions? I think he's the guy, man.
No, they're making the decisions here, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I think so.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
So, Grand Priest says he has an announcement from the Zeno-sama. And that announcement is something that we already know, but apparently the Gods of Destruction did not. And that was that whoever loses...
The Tournament of Power?
In the Tournament of Power will be destroyed. And the reason for having the tournament was because it amazed them that such low-level mortals could possess that much power.
Right. So what they're trying to do here is they're trying to weed out the weak universes. So we get the Supreme Kai from Universe 7 asking, well, is there just going to be one universe left then if everything is destroyed?
Which is what we thought.
Yeah, and they're like, all the ones that will lose will be destroyed, but
universes 1 and 12 and 5 and 8
will be exempt from the tournament. They won't compete because they gave us like a weird like average
power.
The
average power scale. It's not a power level like we know of, but the average power rating of people in those universes is over 7.
And surprisingly, Universe 7 is the second lowest out of all the universes, and they're at a 3.18, which is half of the other ones that are exempt.
Which is funny because we used to just like, oh, okay, who's below us?
And he's like, clearly you can see that.
And that's Universe 9.
And theirs is like a 1 something.
It is. I have it right here
1.
somewhere.
1.68
1.86.
Yeah, which is rough. And Universe 9's like, oh man, if we lose this, does that mean we're getting destroyed? And then they're like, no, this is just the exhibition match.
Right.
And there we get more explanation.
In the Tournament of Power,
the losing universes will get destroyed. So at the end of it, there will be one that wins, but there will be 5 total universes because these weaker of the universes are fighting to stay alive because they are trying to thin out the herd.
Pretty much. Is apparently Zeno-sama had already decided to wipe out those weak universes.
They were just going to keep the 4.
Yeah.
And like you said, Goku is inadvertently the hero because like he didn't know that, but he just saved the universe.
Potentially.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, being honest. Goku in his naive stupor, not like a drunken stupor, but he possibly saved Universe 7 because
he's actually giving them a chance without just being wiped out.
Right, because from what we now know,
they were going
to wipe out all those universes and just leave those 4 strong ones that had an average over 7.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have a chance to fight for their survival, hence Universe Survival Arc.
Right. So that's pretty insane news that there's 4 universes that are just leaps and bounds ahead of Universe 7.
And we were kind of debating earlier whether or not that means that everybody there is super strong, or just that like our people, our Earthlings, us, the listeners,
really bogged down the actual
average.
So like
you could have like
the farmer with the power level of 5 that Raditz kills, like that guy is definitely bringing down the average quite a bit. So they're saying that those universes are just inherently averagely stronger.
Right. And one thing that is interesting is that even though those universes are destroyed, and Supreme Kai did ask for clarification on this, the gods of those universes will be wiped out with everyone else. Except for the angels, which means no matter what happens, Whis and Vados are safe.
Which they're just like, whatever. It was actually kind of a cool quip. He's like, Beerus was like, Whis, you knew about this? Whis is like, my position is much different than yours.
Mm-hmm.
Beerus, like saying, like, yeah, I'm your attendant, but I'm much more important than you at the end of the day.
Oh man.
And that's what it was, and it was kind of chilling to see, like, because all the angels didn't seem to give a shit.
They're neutral. They're always neutral.
Yeah, they were just smiling. They're like, well, this is what they decided, so this is what happens.
Man, what a day.
It was, man, that was an intense episode. It really was. I was really happy with it.
Well, the funny thing is that Beerus blamed the Supreme Kai.
Yeah, he was like, oh, this is what you get for sitting back and saying, oh, we have to let creation take place as it is. And
if we would have like really stepped in and made all of them strong, our average probably could have been over 7, and we would have been fine from the start.
Yep. And then he's like, it's your fault. You're the one that's sleeping all the time. It was like a good couple jabs between those two. I like their dynamic. It's growing on. Like, it's just growing in general.
Yeah, they were jumping and hugging each other last week.
Exactly.
When Boo won.
So I think they're getting closer, which is cool to see. Because we don't get a ton of Shin anymore. And he was kind of a cool character at first.
I liked Kibito Kai a lot better than Shin.
Yeah, he had more personality for sure. Because, I don't know why, actually. Because Kibito doesn't really have too much.
Kibito's kind of a wet sock.
Yeah, and Shin's kind of has no personality. So why together would they have
one thing real quick while we're talking about Shin and Kibito? I was bummed out that they didn't really focus on them this episode.
What do you mean?
Because Gohan was fighting, and they had a big part.
Oh yeah, they have a really strong bond with Gohan for sure.
They were the ones who unlocked his power. Mm-hmm. I mean, Old Kai did it, but
they were the ones that allowed him to break the Z-Sword, pretty much.
I mean, all 3 of them, Old Kai, Supreme Kai, and Kibito, were very, very
involved in completing Gohan's.
They get just as much credit as Piccolo does when it comes to Gohan's power.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was kind of hoping in this episode they would at least make a comment.
They'd be like, man, like, he's really getting back to his old ways, or like something.
I was kind of hoping they'd say something along the lines of, he's really not who he used to be.
Right.
Because they haven't seen him fight since Boo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like giving us some sort of power scaling as to where he actually is now, as opposed to when he was Ultimate.
Yeah, so that's something that I kind of wish we would have gotten, but we didn't. But
yeah, that seems like a wasted opportunity now that I think about it.
Yeah, so fortunately, though, this episode really washed the bad taste of episode 8 out of our mouths.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that episode anymore. I'm done with it. It's out of my
like we said, we covered it. We're done with it. We're moving on.
Yeah, this episode was real good. And, you all know how much I love Gohan, so it was aces for me.
So, yeah, from there, we just get, what's his name? Bergamo and Goku about to start the third fight. And your classic narrator ending. Just how strong is this Bergamo? Find out next week on Dragon Ball Super.
Which he actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
that wolf guy.
Well, he seems very
collected and calm. Like, he seems like a not a bad guy.
Even when Gohan turned into a Super Saiyan,
man, this guy's worth fighting. After he was like, oh, he's using his the vibrations. He's like, this guy's actually worth fighting. Mm-hmm. He just seems like a more collected, not inherently evil guy.
Not a douchebag.
Yeah, but we'll see. Like, those kinds of people always turn out to be the worst.
Frost seemed very...
Yeah, they always turn out to be the worst, apparently, so we'll see.
Yeah, so very, very good episode. I'd give it a 9.5.
Oh, I'm going 9.5, if not 10, because I love Gohan.
I'm going to drop mine to a 9. You can have 9.5.
Yeah, give me that, because I thought it was so good. I love seeing Gohan fight again.
Yeah, it's something. We got what we wanted.
It was real dark. It wasn't as just fight heavy as the Boo thing.
Well, I mean, this is how you do it right. We got an episode in one place, one big scene really for the whole episode, but they did it right.
They have other things going on. They keep you interested with different things.
Between jumping to the Zeno-sama, jumping to Universe 9, jumping to our guys.
You can have things in one area and still do other things besides just focusing on one little thing.
Unfortunately, they didn't realize that until 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, no kidding. But you know what?
Good episode.
It was great. It's really progressing, and if it keeps on this,
this is just the exhibition stuff. Imagine how awesome and intense this is going to be once the tournament starts.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Honestly, I can't wait.
Are we going to make tournaments great again?
I think we're going to make tournaments great again, which we haven't had in a long time.
So it's hashtag Cell Games.
Even the Cell Games, like, it was just Goku and Gohan. It wasn't like an actual tournament.
Yeah, I know.
So the last real good tournament we get to see is
Spopovich versus Vidal.
That was bad. I'm talking like before, like it's probably Dragon Ball. Yeah. And that's why, like, I keep saying this, but it's true. They are pulling a lot from Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. It's not just Dragon Ball Z based, you know?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. It's just a really, really good episode.
Mm-hmm. And if the trend continues, this is going to be the best arc by far.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Goku Black arc is probably...
It's had its ups and... Like, I was a little sour with the ending of it, but, like, overall,
honestly,
it was a
even
very
with the ending
arc.
of it, Goku Black arc is probably my favorite arc in the whole series.
I really like Cell.
I do too.
The Cell Games was like such a good arc.
Yeah, but you also, not that it's undeserved, but you love Gohan a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
I love Goku and Vegito. So
I wish that Vegito would have just ended it. I don't like how Trunks ended it.
Yeah, but that's how it needed to end.
They should have had Trunks first, and then Vegito come and clean it up.
Probably, but yes, Goku Black arc is probably tops for me between everything. So
that's definitely second on my list for sure. Like, I'm not saying it was a bad arc.
No,
it was just the ending gave me like a little, because it was so like quick. Like, that was another experience where it was just real slow, and then 100 miles an hour out of nowhere, where we just get it over with. After that, after the fusion, the arc was just pretty much flown through.
Yeah.
So, like that...
Not even from Vegito, from Fusion Zamasu.
That's what I'm saying. From Fusion Zamasu, it's just... It was flown through. It was not done correctly.
No, it really wasn't.
But, yeah, I just think this is going to be overall the best arc. It just seems to be shaping up that
way. I hope so. I mean, they're definitely still in an upswing.
Yeah, that, and it's just... There's so much you can do with it because there's so much opportunity. There's 12... Or we're going to be seeing 7 universes. Because
they did say that they're exempt from entering, so we won't see anybody from those universes.
So we'll be seeing 8 total universes. Yeah. Including ours.
So 80 fighters would be good. It's going to be good.
You have a lot of room to work with there, honestly, so I hope they do it right. Next
episode preview was just Goku and Bergamo fighting.
Which will be nice. We always love watching Goku fight. Like,
it'll be fun watching Zeno-sama watching Goku fight, because he
loves Goku, man.
They're best friends.
I can't... How is he gonna destroy Goku if, like, they lose? Do you think he would?
Sorry, guys.
Even though he gave him that button, that's kind of a ridiculous thing to do.
He might only save Goku.
That's what I'm saying.
Kind of like what Beerus was gonna do with Bulma during the Frieza fight.
Yeah, but like, that's nuts. Like, he wouldn't even save Beerus. He'd be like, "See ya."
Oh yeah,
I'll keep Goku.
Yeah,
I think he would, honestly.
Yeah. I hope we don't come to that. I think what we're gonna get is I've revised my theory.
Sure.
Goku wins the tournament.
Sure.
Uses his Super Dragon Balls to bring back Universe 6.
Okay. I could see that. But maybe... I don't know if they're going to allow that to happen. He might have to, like, really talk with Zeno about it. And be like,
our Zeno, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Yeah, he'll be like,
kingdom
hey...
come, thy will be done.
He'll have to be...
But I think he'll be able to word it like, hey, it's Beerus, his brother. We really care about him, blah, blah, blah. I think they'd be okay with bringing...
He wouldn't be able to bring back any of the other ones. There's no way.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. So, like...
Because, think about it.
There's a real consequence.
Well, now we know Universe 6 is stronger than Universe 7 on average.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he would have any problem bringing back a universe that's technically stronger than the universe that won the tournament.
Right. So I hope we don't.
That's my theory.
I hope we don't get Universe 7 in the final with Universe 6, though.
Oh, that'd be rough.
Because we already saw that.
I know, I agree. That'd be rough, though, watching them. Because you'd have to watch the universe get destroyed and then continue with the tournament.
Yeah. They might, because I don't know how they're going to split it up and how they're going to decide who fights who.
I don't know. We'll see. But I think that's it for this episode.
Yeah.
It's really good. Like I said, you gave it a 9.5. I gave it a 9. You guys, like we said with the dubbed episode, let us know.
Yeah, give us some comments and some feedback about the episode. Whatever feedback you have for us, anything, we'll read it out on here, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, so that's going to be it for this week's episode. Be sure to rate and review the show on iTunes or wherever you listen to us, and share the show with your friends in real life and on social media.
Yeah.
Speaking of social media, you can connect with us on Twitter at Universe7Pod. Find us on Facebook by searching for Universe7 Podcast. Send us an email to universe7pod@gmail.com. Search for us on YouTube. We'll be back next week to talk episode 9 and 81. I can't wait.
Yeah, for sure.
I love Goku, so it's going to be a lot of fun to see.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be better for you. I love this. Was my this is my golden week. I was into it. So
next week is my golden week. So we'll be back. Hope you guys have a great week. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time,
adios.